Well, just really proud of our seniors. I thought they did a great job of leading the day. We beat a team that I know was playing some really good basketball over the last several weeks, and I thought our guys just really, set a tone early about how we were going to play the game, and they never wavered for 40 minutes and played UCF basketball.
Talked about it all year about you want to see 40 minutes basketball from this team. Is this 40 minutes?
Yes, it is. On both sides of the ball. I thought defensively, they're a tough team to guard. They have, a young freshman who's terrific in Newton. Gardner is a sophomore who's probably one of the best players already in our conference. And for us to kind of hold him down, defensively was really good. I think, Newton still got off, but he's such a terrific scorer. He's going to find ways to score the basketball. And offensively, of course, we connected as well as we connected and shot the ball as well as we shot it all season.
How encouraging is it for you? Your team has been up and down at times, but at the end of the season, the 2 wins, especially a performance like today, how encouraging is it for you to have that kind of performance going into the tournament?
I think it's important. We talked about wanting to have momentum going into the tournament. We talked about that as a team. And I thought our guys have provided that for us, and I thought everybody kind of pitched in. And it was really a good team win. I mean, I can, go through each guy and really, compliment them on playing their role and doing the things we wanted them to do on the floor tonight.
How do you carry it over? You've had a couple of 2-game winning streaks, but never 3 in conference play, and now you need them.
Well, you have to believe. We have to believe that, we're capable of extending it, and that's something that, like you said, we hadn't had in conference play. But it's something that we believe we're capable of doing it. And so we have to go out there, and it's do or die now for everybody. So, you have a 1-game situation, and I think our guys still they want to play. They still want to practice. Our practices have been energized all season long. So I know our guys are still, wanting to compete, and then we have to find a way to try to win games to continue.
How have you seen Darren's game evolve over the course of the season?
It was just, Darren has really grown, a lot. I mean, you watch him as an incoming freshman, and he was good, but you watch him continue to get better. And he got better because he continued to work all season long. I think he started to get more comfortable as league play went on to understand, what the league is about and what he could do. And that's the sign of a really good player. I love his work ethic. I mean, he has one of the most professional approaches of any young player that I've coached. And that's something that says a lot. I've coached a lot of really good players, and his work ethic and the way he approaches practice and approaches his workouts is a certain level of professionalism that very few players have, and that's why I think he's as consistent as he is.
What can you say about these seniors and their performance tonight? All 3 guys contributed well. Matt especially had a big night.
Well, I think all of them came prepared. I think it's been a long year for these seniors, especially the grad seniors that we've had, and but they all have stuck with what we're doing. They all believed in us and what we're trying to accomplish, and it's good to see them go out, on senior night the right way. Matt has led all year. He's led by example all season long. I mean, he's a true professional. As I mentioned about Darren, Matt's just like that. And so it's been a joy to coach him, every day. It's been, on and off the court. His, who he is definitely exemplifies what we want in UCF. And then, with Dazon probably had the toughest role of any player. I mean, come in, you lose your point guard, you bring Dazon as your point guard with 9 to 11, but I'll forget the number of new players that we have. And that's tough for anybody to take over that team and have to lead that type of team when the system is changing, all the personnel is different. He's in a different role than he was in at Alabama. He's at the toughest challenge. But his credit, the kid never wavered. He still believed in us and what we're doing. And I'm just happy to see him have this type of game he had on senior night as we move forward as well. And then, of course, Frank, like I said, I always tell everyone, I wish I had 13 Franks. If I had 13 scholarships, I had 13 Franks because he just plays basketball with such an energy and such an enthusiasm that's infectious. And he did it again tonight. Just makes unbelievable plays. He's always hustling, and like I said, of course, he's a good shooter as well. So all 3 of those guys have made key contributions to our program, and I'm just happy that they were able to go out and have a game like this tonight. No, absolutely. But this conference is incredible. I mean, you're talking about from top to bottom. You look at the teams, you see some of the teams that have won games. I think anyone's capable of winning the tournament. You just have to, be playing your best basketball. I think when it counts the most, and that's what it's going to be. The teams at the top have, of course, earned being at the top. They've won, the majority of their games, and they've solidified their place in where they are, the Houstons and the Tulsas and the Cincinnatis. But I think all of our teams, you can count them all the way down to Tulane. All these teams are capable of going on runs and capable of having a successful, 4 days, and we feel the same way.
You begin to play on Thursday against USF. You guys have split the season series. Just your initial thoughts before you dive into it.
I hadn't seen them since we played them. I know they're doing a good job as well. I think they came off with a really good win yesterday versus SMU. And I always know every time we play them, it pretty much is the same type of game. It's a battle, and I expect that to be no less than that when we play them again. It's going to be a hard-fought game. Both teams are going to lay it all out there like they always do, and we have to prepare for that.
Going back to this game, you talked about how you guys were more connected than you've seen in this season. What parts of how well the offense played, what parts of this offense can you carry over and maybe keep going into the tournament?
Well, I think just the sheer, selflessness that we played with, especially offensively. I thought we really moved the basketball and shared. It wasn't, no one cared who scored. It was we scored, and that's something that, when you can get that out of a team, then you got something special. And I saw it tonight. One of the biggest plays, for instance, was, Matt had to open three, but Darren had to open when he was hot. So here's a really good three-point shooter, Matt, a career 40% three-point shooter. Turns his down to give it to the freshman who shoots it from the corner and knocks it down. And then that's rare when, players are that, unselfish to recognize, hey, you know what? I'm a heck of a shooter, but this guy's got it going and he has a better look. Let me just give him the basketball. And we did that several times tonight. Tony on the fast break, he's out in front of almost the whole pack. Darren is running. You know what? As a PG, he gave it to the guard that was running hard and let Darren get a dunk. I mean, those are the type of plays you want to see because that's when you're really connecting. That's when everybody's playing, for each other and not playing for themselves.
Dazon had the big assignment on Jaden Gardner. First half was fantastic. Really, all game was fantastic. And he had the big block on him, too, at the rim. Just talking about his performance on Jaden Gardner.
He was outstanding. I mean, that's a heck of a challenge. I mean, he's one of the best scorers and one of the most physical players in our conference, probably in the country. And Dazon took that challenge on, and we know he's going to score. He's too good a player. He's going to find ways to make plays. But I thought Dazon did a really good job when he was guarding him of trying to make it as hard as he could for the young man.
Back to South Florida, arguably worst game of the season when you played him in Tampa a couple weeks back.
But they had something to do with that. I mean, they had something to do with that. They had a great game plan. They played us really well, and you give them credit for that because, like I said, of all the games that we've played, that was probably the most lopsided one that we've played. I think since we've been competing against them. So. Something that we have to learn from. We have to get better. But like I said, that's so far removed from us playing them that I need to go back and see the tape and kind of study it more to find out, what adjustments we can make. But, they played terrific.
Anything else? Thanks.
Thank you,
Good. Thank you.
you.
All right, guys. Thank you.